Well, I still can't believe that I was ever excited about this game, and even considered covering it on the channel here for a while. For me, Anthem's probably my most hated game of all time, not just because of the lies and deceptions that this game had done, which was taken to new heights in the industry, but because it had come from one of my favorite game studios of all time. For me, Bioware has always had a special place in my heart, due to their work of the Mass Effect trilogy and even on Dragon Age. And after the disappointing release of Mass Effect Andromeda, which I still think was criticized a little too harshly, I, along with the rest of the gaming sphere, all knew Anthem would have to amaze us, to make up for the recent shortcomings. But of course, we all know by now, that Anthem was one of, if not the worst game of 2019, and maybe even one of the worst games of this console generation. The game's post-release content has been just as disappointing as the game itself, with almost all community complaints and concerns unaddressed and a lack of any meaningful content. Of course, many people and YouTubers, in love with any negativity, were beginning to release videos recently declaring that the game was slowly being killed off. And I too began to think this was true, and that it might have been the best for the IP. But almost immediately, as if Bioware was watching YouTube's trending gaming topics, Anthem has surprisingly released their Cataclysm event today with no build-up or fanfare, but a decent amount of changes and additions. The Cataclysm itself is an entirely new zone, where players complete scored activities, and fight bosses to earn loot and currency to buy even more loot. It has modifiers that do things like increase gear recharge rate or buff certain types of weapons, similar to what you might think of as Nightfall modifiers in Destiny. The event itself also revolves around a series of new story missions, and a new time trial based activity, complete with a new seasonal currency called crystals, that players will need to earn in order to collect new gear. This activity doesn't have a level requirement, so both new and old players will be able to try it out. There's also a new guild system, bolstered by a mobile app, which will let players matchmake and pool their weekly experience points in order to earn currency for the game's cosmetic store more efficiently. The game's luck stat, which previously affected the likelihood of rare loot dropping, is officially gone, and legendary contract missions will now guarantee a stronghold level chest upon completion. There's also a new melee specified gear slot for players to customize the stats associated with their melee attack. Along with these new melee abilities is a good amount of new loot in this update. There are 3 new types of weapons: Blade Slingers, Pulse Accelerators, and Volt Casters, that have 3 new Masterwork legendaries for each type, and there's finally Masterwork and legendary support gear for the first time. While players have been desperate for any amount of new content in the game, I doubt this Cataclysm score-based dungeon runs are what people had in mind. I know for me it still isn't enough to get me to come back in this game, at least for good. I may load it up and give it a try for a couple hours, just for the sake of giving my impressions on here. But overall, I just really don't care about Anthem anymore. However, with that said, I did feel the same way about No Man's Sky when it was first released. And now that game is amazing in my opinion, and has become a game I've really grown to love. So I do hope that Anthem takes the time it needs to become great. I've never seen a game launch as horribly as Anthem has, but maybe with enough time, resources, and updates, the game will become at least close to what we had all hoped it would be back during its reveal at E3 2017. EA keeps reinstating how they believe in the game, and it will indeed be 7 to 10 more years of Anthem. But if Bioware truly wants to make that a reality, then they have to double or triple the game's current content, overhaul most of the game's mechanics, and do all this for free. So I'm still not holding my breath on this game ever reaching that point, but I would love to be proven wrong. That brings this quick news and opinion piece on Anthem to a close. It's good to see this game is still breathing some, even if it is on life support, but I hope throughout the coming months and year, that this will be the first of many large expansions to the game. That's just how I feel though. I want to know what you all think and feel as well. Are you surprised by Anthem actually releasing the Cataclysm, and do you think the game will ever have a No Man's style comeback? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you like this video and you want to see more like it, be sure to leave a like, share the video, and hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you all on the next Shepherd Gaming video. Keyless Lie.